Good morning, everybody. It is August 1st, 2015, and LEAP is here to do a preview of the Common App. As you can see, the website, when you go to it, if you've been here before, has a whole new look. But once we get into the actual application, you're going to see that it looks very similar to what it's looked like in years past if you've been in here. If you're new to Common App, you're a senior starting your application, then you will click here on the Get Started button, and you'll put in all of your information that will walk you through. We, on the other hand, are already registered to save time. So we want to go ahead and get logged in. Let's hope this goes quickly. Okay, and we're in. This is called your dashboard. This just gives you kind of a summary of where you're at with your application. What you might want to go through here, just read your Help Center stuff is always going to be over here on the right-hand side, as you can see. But individual colleges that you will add will be here. But your main Common App, and this is going to be your starting point for most of you, will be right here under this tab, the Common App. So as you can see, it already put my name in there from where I registered. So the first tab is your profile, personal information. Any nickname, anything with an asterisk must be checked. Have you ever used any other names? I'm going to say no. They already know my date of birth. Now you guys all know how old I am, 46. They know that I'm registered as a counselor previewing this. Again, over here on the right, we have any questions that we might want to have answered. We can click to get more information, and it takes us over here and gives us some clarification. So there's our answers over there. So we go through here. After that, we're just getting your address, which mine's already in there. Do you have an alternate email or mailing address? You must answer anything that's asterisk. Now, the way you can navigate is either to hit continue. That takes you to the next section. You are required to put in a phone number. That's my office. And I'm going to say no other telephone number. Now, when I complete that section, I can either hit continue like I did the last time, and notice there are 3 frequently asked questions on this information if you want to check, or you can go through and just click down here. So demographics. So if you see, everything I've already completed has a check mark next to it. Now, let's say that you don't have to do religious preferences or any of this. So in this section, you'll see, look, there's only one question that has an asterisk. So if I check that, I go on, now that looks completed. Now, let's say that I put in my, my country, and then I hit down here. I only do one of the, 5 questions that are required, and I skip down to language. It does let me go down to language. So number of languages you're proficient in, 1, English, and it's my first language. That section's complete. Now here's what I want to show you. So we skipped some of the questions up under geography. So you'll notice that there's not a green check mark. So the sections that are complete, and I provided all my information, are checked off. If we go, we can navigate now back up to geography if we'd like, and continue to answer those questions. So Ohio and my entire life. Oh, I'm too old, so more than 20 years. 0. Now we've done that, and you can see it shows as complete. It takes me back to the very next section, even though that was already completed. So you go through Common App fee waiver. This is for those of you, and you would have to go to your counselor if you've got financial need. So, and then if you go back to the profile section, so the main sections, profile, family, education, testing, activities, writing, are all listed over on this left side. You can go ahead and jump among those. It's not a problem. We just went back up to the profile section. Now, something that's new this year, if you go up here to the top and you click preview at any time, it will show you everything that you have complete, and you actually can go ahead and print a copy of that if you'd like to. So that way, and I really encourage you to do that. I like several set of eyes to look at this to double check for errors, but that allows you to take a bird's eye view and see what the colleges are actually seeing. So the next section after this is family. It's asking questions about your parents, your siblings, where your parents work, where they went to school, things like that. So that's the next section. Education. Now watch this. We can go from education, skip over testing, and then we can go to activities. So you can jump among these. They don't have to be presented in any particular order. You can go ahead and put your essay in here. Hopefully you've done this ahead of time, and you can just copy and paste it in here. So that's what you do as you're going through. Let's see, any common questions? I don't think so. Education, this helps you to just look up your school code, your counselor's information, colleges and universities. If you've taken College Credit Plus or have been enrolled in college, you would go ahead and complete this. But the application we're looking at here is for first-year freshmen, not transfers. That is a separate application. You can put your grades in, although you're going to be, your school's going to communicate this information via your transcript, so you don't have to put that in if you don't want to. Same thing goes for testing scores. So just, looking here, honors really are honors and awards with academic achievement. These are not your activities. Activities go down here. So, and they give you 10 activities that you're able to put in, and you kind of make them fit their type of activity. So they'll want more information. You are expected to rank order these in the order of importance, and you can, if you see here, you can actually move them by using the arrow. You can move them and change the order if you would like. I would just encourage you to think about what are your future goals and list these and how they relate to your future goals for college and career. Not necessarily that you liked being in Spanish Club the best, if that has nothing to do with your future goals. It doesn't mean Spanish Club shouldn't be on there, but I don't know that I would rank it activity number 1. On the testing, we actually, so have you taken, yes, we've taken the test. You don't have to list your test in here if you don't want to. So you can say, no, you're not going to report them here, but if you want to, you can report your test scores here. You don't have to. So what does that look like? Let's just say you're doing the ACT only. So you say the number of times you want to report, and then it lets you do that. So it's asking for your highest score. So, and what date that came from. So it's essentially a super scoring even if the college doesn't do it. And then the writing is the main essay. So this is called the personal statement. Hopefully you already have developed this. There were 5 options this year. They were released at the end of March. You can copy and paste that in. Disciplinary history, I would just make sure you're being honest. Additional information. If you feel like there's something else that they need to know about you, they give you as much time or as much space as they do in the personal statement, then you would put it in here. Essentially, those are the sections for the Common App. Now, what happens on my colleges is, let's just say that you are, let's say you're doing Miami University. I'm here in Cincinnati, so I'm just going to pick something that I know is, okay, there it is. It's close by. Once I check this and hit add, go over to my result, go over here to my colleges. Now Miami has been added under the My Colleges dashboard. So what you're going to see here is it gives you the application fee, gives you some of their policies, and then on your dashboard, if you jump over here, it tells you kind of a summary and gives you deadlines and tells you where you are. So if you go back in here, you go to questions. So again, you can navigate through the college and you answer their questions. So in this case, Miami has a series of questions that you go ahead and complete. They already have your activities have propagated over here as well as additional information. And then they have some questions that they want to ask that are only for Miami, not for the other colleges. This tells you about your recommenders. And then you would review and submit. Your dashboard will have all of your colleges. So let's just add another college so you can see what this looks like. So we'll put in Ohio State. And we're going to add it. Oops, check it, add it. Now we go over to our dashboard. Now you can see that we've got both schools. So writing is required, and that means the personal statement, not the ACT writing. And then there's writing and additional details on the requirements. This means that we are pending. We have not submitted that. And you can actually sort the order of these by the deadline. So it's not going to give you the deadline until you tell them, for instance, preferred start time, preferred admission plan. So in this case, I'm going to say early action. And then let's run over here to Ohio State. I'm going to say autumn 2016, early action. Now when I go back to my dashboard and I sort by earliest one, so I can keep these in order that they need to be submitted. Ohio State, as you can see, is a November 1st deadline, where Miami is December 1st, and these are both early action deadlines. So that helps you kind of keep in order what you should be doing here. So that's your dashboard where your colleges will be. Here's where you go through each of the colleges. And again, once you get through a section, oops. Oh, you need to go, that took us over the help. Once you get through this, it will check it off for you. Let's just try to get through this real quick. And I don't even know what I have here, but so now it's going through all those. You can see it checked off that section. So once that's complete, it'll check it off over here, just like we did on the Common App. So you can add more colleges here. It's easy to, you log out. You want to log back in and pick right up where you were. Then remember that password, people. It loads everything. And here we've got our colleges again, our Common App. So we can leave it, come back to it, pick it up. You're not going to get this all done on the first sit down. So you can preview it at any time as you go. And I would encourage you to do so. So hopefully you find this helpful today. Before you go ahead and start your Common App, if you need help, contact us at LEAP. Our website is leaprogram.com. Our email info@leaprogram.com. And our U.S. telephone number 513-754-2240. We work with students all over the United States on essays, applications, finding the right college fit, and choosing your future career, and more. So hope you enjoyed this. Good luck with your application process. Thanks for listening.